Well, globalization, by the way, is here to stay. The sooner we recognize that everything we say and we do in our everyday life has a global effect, and whether it's the environment, and sometimes I wonder where David Suzuki and Al Gore are coming from, because we have just as many scientists on the other side. But believe it or not, what happens in Alberta is going to be affecting somebody across Canada or probably across the world. And it's interesting too, because at one time they talked about acid rain and all of these big coal manufacturing plants in the United States and how the wind would blow them across into Canada. Well, I'm sure the people of those communities in Pennsylvania and wherever, they never even thought about Canada. And now they do. And when we do something, if we have North Korea wants to come up with a nuclear bomb, well, and it could affect us, because if they aim it at Hawaii, and then we have a stealth missile that is somebody flying across the northern part of Canada, and if we aren't aware of those kind of things, and the oil, for example, that comes from Iraq, or what happens in Africa, and the AIDS epidemic and things like that, and their poverty, and some of their little their people in tents, living in tent villages type of thing. If we aren't aware that we have to do something about that too, because we have everything here that we can possibly ask for. There's a candy store down the street, and there's an arcade over there, and there's something else, good water. And when we have young people here in Medicine Hat who will go to Africa, and they build a school, they're there for 10 days. They build a school, and they drill for water, clean water, or the Rotary Club comes along and they set up a 50,000 population village, and who never had a well that has clean water. And they come back and tell us about it, and they come to our service club, and they tell us about their role over there, or with iodine deficiency. The Kiwanis have taken up this global problem of iodine deficiency in many of the third world countries. Kids who have, the goiter type of a thing, the thyroid problems, their eyes and stuff like that, and we raise $6 million for a couple of our clubs type of thing to make sure that they get iodized salt so that they don't get that type of thing. Boy, that has an impact on you. We're part of the world. We used to be just part of our community and maybe a corner of our province, and then became provincial, then Western, then Canadian, and then now North American, and now you just moved on, the West and the East, and all the in between. You have to understand that you're not the only human person on this earth of ours, and the better they're talking about mankind. Yeah, be kind to your fellow mankind, because I tell you, they all have the same aspirations and the visions that you have, and some just take a longer time to get there, and some will never get there at all. But as long as you understand where you stand and where they do, and if you can help them to move, that's a great vision, a great modus operandi.